We are going to discuss some miscellaneous questions which are asked in from the chapter stack and the subroutine. And the first question related to that is write a program to add two hexadecimal numbers, and the numbers are given 7A and 46, and store the sum at the memory location 8898 and the flag status at 8897. So before going to start to handle this question, let us understand the question first, then only we can go for the solution of this question. In this question, two numbers are given, hexadecimal numbers are given, 7A and 46, and we have to add these two numbers. So normally this question belongs to the category in which we have to use simple addition instruction by which you are able to add two hexadecimal numbers. But as far as the second part of the question is concerned, what it wants to store the sum at a certain memory location. Is it okay? But also it wants to store the flag status at a certain memory location. Now we know that there is no facility at all in 8085 so that you are able to store the status of the flag register besides the stack instructions. Whenever we have discussed about the stack operations, that facilitates us to retrieve the information whatever is the status of the flag just because of any arithmetic and the logical operations. We can retrieve that information from the flag register and we can store that information at a certain memory location, or from a certain memory location we can put some data information into the flag register. So it is the push and the pop instruction by which this is possible, otherwise it is not possible. So what we have to do, 7A and 46 can be added by a simple instruction, add instruction, by putting one number in one register, another number in another register, and adding both the registers to get the sum. And of course the sum will be available in the accumulator itself. And due to this addition operation, there may be some changes which will be occurring in the flag content, and we have to store that flag status. So before going to add 7A and 46, it is necessary to clear the accumulator first, because whenever we are adding two numbers, and due to this there will be changes in the flag status. So previously all the status should be cleared, flags should be cleared, and for that I have used an instruction XRA, whose purpose is to do the XOR operation of the accumulator with itself, and by doing that accumulator content will be cleared as well as the flag registers are also going to be clear. So just because of this initialization process, the first instruction is written as XRA A. Now the second instruction is MVI A7A, by which we are putting the first number into the accumulator, and by using the next instruction we are storing 46 in the B register. Once we are able to do all this process, what we have to do, since we have to add these two numbers, so add B instruction will be used for that. So 46 will be added with 7A, content of B register will be added with the content of accumulator, and the result will be stored in the accumulator. And since it is an arithmetic operation, addition operation, due to addition of two 8-bit number, there are certain chances of getting a carry or getting depending upon the result whatever we are getting after doing the addition, there will be certain changes in the status of the flag, because we know we have 5 flags: sign, carry, 0, parity, and auxiliary carry. And out of that, four flags carry, 0, parity and the sign flag will be modified by adding these two numbers. So what we have to do, the sum is available at accumulator after using instruction add B, and the flag status will be in the flag register. Now what we have to do, we have to store the sum which is available in the accumulator into a certain memory location. That memory location is 8998, and flag status has to be stored flag register has to be stored at 8897. So we have to do certain stack operation, and before doing any stack operation it is necessary that the stack pointer should be initialized by an address, so that we will be able to store the sum as well as the flag status register content into somewhere memory locations. Since the first memory location where we have to store the sum is 8898, so we have to initialize the stack pointer by 8899, and then after initializing 8899, push PSW has been used, whose purpose is to copy the content of program status word. And we know that program status word is nothing but it is a combination of accumulator as well as the flag register, where accumulator is the higher order register of PSW and the flag register will be the lower order content of the PSW. So by doing push PSW, what we are trying to do, just because of the property of the push operation, whatever is the content of a stack pointer, first of all it is decremented by 1, and once it is decremented by 1, the stack pointer will become 8898. And push PSW, what it will do, it will copy the content of higher order PSW register into the 8898 location, and then again the stack pointer will be decremented by 1, so that it will become 8897, and the content of the flag register, which is the lower order content of the PSW, will be stored at that location. So by using LXI SP8899, we are initializing the stack pointer, and then we are pushing the PSW, which is the content of accumulator, which is actually the sum of the two register, and the flag register into the memory location 8898 and 8897 respectively. So by writing this particular program, we are able to solve this particular problem. Now the second problem is to read the following program and answer the questions. Now read the following program and answer the question. Now this program is in two parts. One is the main program and another is the sub program. Now the main program, the first instruction is LXI SP2100. So 2100 will be stored in stack pointer. The second instruction is LXI B0000. So BC pair will be loaded with the 0000, and then third instruction is push H. So what this push H will do, push B, what it will do, it will copy the content of BC pair register into the memory location which is meant for the stack, and since the stack pointer is already initialized by 2100, so it will be decremented by 1, that will become 20FF, and that location B register content will be stored, and again it will be decremented, SP will be decremented by 1, so that it will become 2098, and at that location the content of C register will be stored, and both the contents are 0, so 0000 will be stored at 20FF and 20FE. And then with next instruction is push PSW. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to pop the content of the stack which is available at 20FE and 20FF into the PSW, that is accumulator and the flag register. Now the first question which is related to this is, what is the status of flag and the content of accumulator after the execution of pop instruction located at 2007. So when pop PSW is executed, what we are trying to get? We are trying to get the content of BC register which is stored in a certain memory location, that is 20FF and 20FE, back to the accumulator and the flag register. Since the content of BC pair register was 00, so the content of the stack location will also be 00. So the content of PSW will also be 0000. So the answer of the first question is that what is the status of flag and the content of accumulator. So the content flag register will become 00 and the content of accumulator will also be 00. Now the second question is specify the stack location and their content after the execution of the call instruction. Now call instruction is written at 200B. At 200B call instruction is written, and what is asked is specify the stack location and their content after the execution of the call instruction. Now you know, whenever call instruction is executed, before it is going to call 2064, means the program which is written at 2064 will be executed after execution of the call 2064. But before that, what is happening, that the next instruction after the call instruction, that is out 01, whatever is its address, that will be stored in the stack. And how it will be done? It is the duty of the call instruction to do that by the same process, by decrementing the stack pointer by 1, copying the content of the higher order register, again decrementing the content of stack pointer by 1 and copying the lower order content, that is 64, into the stack. So the question is specify the stack location and their content after the execution of the call instruction. So let us check before the call instruction what is the status of the stack pointer. Now when the first instruction is executed, a stack pointer will be 2100. See, stack pointer is 2100, but when push instruction is executed, push B, when this push B instruction is executed, when push B instruction is executed, what is happening, that the content of stack pointer will become, first it will be decremented by 1, so that it will become 20FF, and later on it will become 20FE. Okay. Now after the pop instruction is executed, the property of the pop PSW, what will happening, that since before the pop instruction the content of the stack pointer will be 20FE, so content of 20FE will be stored in the higher order register, that is accumulator, and the content of the 20FF, it is incrementing the program count stack pointer by 1, and next time it is again incrementing the stack pointer by 1, so that the after the execution of pop instruction, the pop PSW, the stack pointer will be 2100. So when the call instruction is executed, when this call instruction is executed, that is call 2064, when this instruction is executed, now it is the duty of this instruction to store 200E, which is the next instruction address, into the stack, and for doing that it will first decrement the stack pointer content by 1, and before call instruction the stack pointer content was 2100, so it will be reduced to 20FF, and at 20FF 20 will be stored, and at 20FE 0E will be stored. So what is asked in the second question is specify the stack location and their content after the execution of the call instruction. So answer will be at 20FF the content will be 20, and 20FE the content will be 0E. So this is the answer of the second question. The third question is, what are the content of stack pointer and program counter after the execution of the call instruction? जब कॉल इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा उस समय स्टैक पॉइंटर और प्रोग्राम काउंटर का कंटेंट क्या होगा ये पूछा जा रहा है। स्टैक पॉइंटर मैंने अभी बताया, जब कॉल इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है तो उस समय स्टैक पॉइंटर पहले 1 से डिक्रीमेंट होकर 20FF हो गया था, अब 20FE हो जाएगा। सो द स्टैक पॉइंटर कंटेंट विल बी 20FE एंड द कंटेंट ऑफ द प्रोग्राम काउंटर विल बी, actually the program counter shows the status of the next instruction to be executed. Since call instruction is saying that you have to execute the instruction which is written at 2064, so naturally the content of the program counter will be 2064. Now the fourth question is, specify the memory location where the program returns after the subroutine. Now this is the subroutine. Now it is asking that what will be the memory location where it will return. So at 2070, you see at 2070 return instruction is written. So after this instruction is executed, what will happen, that it will return to the main program from where it has left. इसने ये कहाँ से छोड़ के आया था, कॉल 2064 के बाद वाले इंस्ट्रक्शन को छोड़ के आया था. So what will happen, after the return instruction is executed, it will come to 20EE. Next question is, what is the ultimate result of the program after it is completely executed? Now the complete result of the program can be obtained with the instruction which is written at 200E, that is out 01. The property of this out instruction is to copy the content of accumulator to the output device whose port address is defined as 01. So it means that output device whose address is 01, at that output device the accumulator content will be copied or displayed. So we have to find out the final result will be the result which will be obtained in the form of a content of the accumulator. And what will be the content of accumulator? It will be decided by the subprogram. And in the subprogram, if you see, there is a loop. Loop is at 2069 where DCX-B is written, then move AB is written, then ORA-C is written, and then POP-B is written. Everything is written. But so this loop will be continuing till the accumulator content is 0. जिस समय तक accumulator का content 0 होगा तब तक ये loop continue रहेगा. तो जब content of accumulator will become 0, then only it will come out of the loop and then return will be executed. And when return will be executed, it will be jumping to the 200E, and then it will be shifting the value of out 01. So whatever is the content, what will be the content? The ultimate result of the program is the content of accumulator, that is 00. So this is the answer of all these 5 questions. Now the next question is, explain the sequence of the event in the execution of the call instruction in terms of machine cycle it consumes. Now as far as the call instruction is concerned, call instruction is of 3 byte, but the complete execution of call instruction takes 5 machine cycle. In the first machine cycle, the code of the call instruction will be fetched, and that machine cycle will be called opcode fetch. In the next 2 machine cycle, that is M2 and M3, these 2 machine cycle will be the memory read cycle, and in this cycle 20 and 70, which is the address, it will be fetched. And in the next 2 machine cycle M4 and M5, the purpose is to copy the content of the program counter, means the address of the next instruction, into the stack. And that in M4 the higher order address is stored in the stack, and in M5 the lower order address will be stored in the stack. So the sequence of the event which is happening while execution of the call instruction will be 5 machine cycles will be used. First machine cycle will be the opcode fetch, second, third will be memory read, and fourth and fifth machine cycle in which the content of the program counter will be stored in the stack. And the explanation by the figure is also given in this.